everyone, and welcome back to my channel and to another video. So before we get into what this video is all about, I'm just gonna kind of explain why I've been gone for a few weeks, if anyone really cares, but I just wanted to do a new setup. As you can see, I have a bookcase behind me now, so I'm like an official booktuber because I have like a big bookcase behind me. There's like no books in this bottom one, but that's okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm really happy with it actually, and I'm happy with like where I'm sitting now, so yeah, I hope everyone else likes it. I don't know. So now I'm just gonna jump into my May TBR because that's what we're all here for. All right. I was contemplating doing a TBR just because last month I did one and I kind of struggled to stick with it. Like it kind of felt really, it got really stressful because I felt like I needed to stick to it. I didn't find it easy to stick to it, and I felt like I had a lot of pressure on me to read the books that were on my TBR. So yeah, this is going to be a very loose TBR. You know, I may not stick to these books, it may change. I have 7 books here, so you know, it's subject to change, and I do read usually like 10 books a month, or like over 10 on a good month, so it just depends on like where May goes. Let's just jump into all the books that I want to read. So these are all the books I want to read and I want to get to. So the first book that I want to read in May is God's Grave by J. Kristoff. And this is the sequel to Nevernight, which I'm reading at the moment and I'm loving. So I feel like when I finish that, I may just want to jump into God's Grave. Because I have the whole series, so why not? There's only 2 books at the moment, so yeah. And as I said, I'm really loving Nevernight, so I feel like jumping into God's Grave will be easy because I'll want to read God's Grave anyway, so yeah. And I just want to see like what all the hype is about with the series, so yeah. But if you don't know what this series is about, it follows Mia, who goes to this assassin's camp. It's called Church, and she basically wants to be an assassin, so she goes through all this shit. I don't know. I'm not giving a good explanation for any of these books because I'm bad at explaining plots, so, and also I've just started the series, so don't come for me. But also this cover is so nice. Fuck it up, really, just oh my god. The next book that I want to pick up in May is Beauty Sleep by Catherine Evans. This just came out like why am I saying last month? I mean this month. We're still in April, but this came out like recently, like just a couple of weeks ago, so I definitely want to pick this up like soon. I picked this up because I saw like the author promoting it on Twitter, and the cover just looks so beautiful, and the plot amazing. So basically it's a sci-fi, and it follows Laura, who is frozen along with her brother by her mother for 40 years because they were like dying of like cancer, and her mother wanted a cure to be found, so she like froze them. But Laura like wakes up 40 years later and her brother and mother have died, and you know, she has to kind of figure out what the fuck happened and like what, because it's like 40 years later, like what, yeah. And also she's cured, so she wakes up and she's like cured, so yeah. But it's super interesting. Like I love sci-fi that is like standalone sci-fi that, I don't know, it's just, I just really love like books like this. Like sci-fi is so interesting to me, dystopian and all that. Like I love that shit. Like I love eating that up, like it's so good. But yeah, love that. And also this cover Like, literally I'm in love. So the next book that I'm picking up is Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, and I got a recommendation for this from Emma Books' video. She made a video on books that have feminism in them. I believe that's what the video was. I don't know, I forgot now, but I think it was like about feminism and stuff. She mentioned this book and it sounded really interesting, so I found it on for like $4 just on Depop. So I was like, I'm picking this up, like, yes. And the plot is kind of, I think it reminds me of Lord of the Flies, just like a girl version, like a modern day girl version. I basically follows like these teen beauty queens. Their plane crashes and they're basically stranded on this island, and they have to use their survival instincts to kind of survive on this island. And it focuses on a lot of important difficult topics and also feminism. And yeah, I just think it's so interesting. Like the cover, I love that. And yeah, I've heard so many good things about this. Super excited. And also I trust Emma Books with like all her recommendations. I trust, so I have no doubts that this is going to be an amazing read. So yeah, the next book that I'm going to be picking up is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I picked this one up because of Jamie from Leah Reads. She is amazing. I'll leave her channel like down below. This is her favorite book and that's the reason I picked it up. I don't read a lot of classics. I want to start reading classics, so I thought maybe this would be a good place to start. I don't know. But ever since I heard the kind of synopsis, which it basically follows kind of teenage misfits, and it's like an American campus novel. But yeah, she recommended this and said it was her favorite book on her channel. She said that numerous times. I was like, girl, I'm picking it up, like I'm getting it because of you. So yeah, I'm super excited to read this because it seems so interesting. Also it's pretty thick. It's like over 600 pages, so we'll see how that goes. The next book that I'm going to be picking up in May is actually the start of a series, and that is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. So this is the first book in the Percy Jackson series, I'm sure you all know. I've been wanting to pick this book up for ages. I got the whole series, so I definitely need to like read it. I've heard so many good things about the whole series, and I'm like kicking myself for not picking it up earlier because it just seems like, I feel like looking at this and like seeing the plot and stuff, it kind of reminds me of Harry Potter. Like not in the sense that the plot and characters are the same, but like the feeling of kind of reading it, and it kind of takes you back, you know. And yeah, I love that feeling of reading like middle grade, like the feeling I got when I read Harry Potter, you know? No? Okay. But yeah, I'm sure you all know what this is about, so I'm not like gonna go into it and like explain the plot because I'm sure you've all read it. I really want to read Rick's work. Like I hear so many great things about him, so it's definitely time for me to pick up one of his novels. So the next book I'm going to be reading in May is also the start of a series, and that is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I have been wanting to read this series for a long time. It's just been on my TBR for like so long. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses last month and I liked it. It was good. It just wasn't like the best. I gave it a 3-star, which I think is good. Like it wasn't bad. It hasn't put me off Sarah J Maas. Like I think she still has potential, and I'm still going to continue on with The Court of Thorns and Roses. I just really want to pick up the series, like, yeah. But if you don't know what it's about, all I know is that the main character is an assassin, and that's basically it. So yeah, I definitely need to pick this one up. So the last book that I'm going to be reading is an exciting one. Oh my god, like this is exciting. But that is Vengeful by, I don't know why I held it like that, okay. Vengeful by V. Schwab. This is the sequel to Vicious, which I read last month. Why do I keep saying last month? I mean this month. I'm a dumbass. Yeah, I read Vicious this month in April and I loved it. It was so good. It was like so different to what I like normally would read, if that makes any sense. Like the writing style was so captivating and so good, and the plot was so good, the characters were so good. Like V. Schwab, like I never understood the hype because I'd never read her books, but now that I've read Vicious, like the hype is definitely well deserved, to be honest. I have this really nice copy, this really nice edition. I don't know who's on the front there. Like I'm kind of assuming maybe it's Sydney, but I think there's a few new characters in this, so I don't think that's Sydney. But if anyone can tell me who it is, let me know. Yeah, it's this really stunning collector's edition that I got on Booktopia. A+, like come on, that's gorgeous. Anyway, yeah, so basically I loved Vicious, so I'm definitely going to be picking up Vengeful. If you don't know what this series is about, it follows Eli and Victor in the first book, and they basically have this like chemistry project. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what class it was. I mean, I think it's chemistry, right? I don't even know. Eli is really like interested in extraordinary people, so extraordinary people are basically people who have near-death experiences and gain superpowers from those experiences. And so Eli and Victor both have near-death experiences, they gain superpowers, and yeah, so it's basically like a play of like who's the hero, who's the villain. I went into it pretty blind, so I think everyone else should, to be honest, but you know. So yeah, I'm super excited to see where the story goes. Also, this is pretty thick. It's over 500 pages, and that is so different to Vicious because Vicious was like only under 400, I believe, so love that. Honestly, I'm really excited to read this. So those are all the books that are on my May TBR. We'll see if I get through them all. Things may change because honestly, my mind, my mood, it all changes like so often, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these books and your thoughts on them. Let me know what you're planning to read in May. If you're planning to read any of these books, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna start making more content now, so I'm really excited because I've been like kind of dead for a few weeks, so I'm really excited to just jump back in and continue this channel. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!